What's up, guys? It's me, LaThreeCount Takedown III, LA3, and they announced, I've been told to announce to you guys a fight that's coming up. It is Tristan Rainsford versus Alex do Brasil Oliveira. Tristan has walked through a lot of good guys, but he's missing a better contender to possibly win a title eliminator and get Bo Quarter's title. With that said, who do I think will win? Well, I don't know, right? We got Alex Oliveira, semi-flashy, right? We like to paint him as more flashy than he is, but he is flashy. And then Tristan, right? Well, pro wrestler, doing all these slams and all these, and sometimes hitting the spear, right? But then his boxing is solid. Sometimes his wrestling is good too, here and there. He's also had a few low points in his wrestling. We've seen him be exposed to a degree by Tyrone because he'll try to do what he's allowed to do in pro wrestling, like just take a break after being hit hard, and then Tyrone usually would just jump on the back or whatever. There's some holes, but they seem like they're very easy to solve. But I'll say that they're not, and it's because of something hard to explain. So I think I'll just label it the phenomenon, like Tristan said, right? If you remember, at the end of Tristan Rainsford versus Jaden Borrowing, Tristan said, "This super kick didn't work until I learned how to harness it. There's a phenomenon to this shit," or there's something like that. He explained more in the interview. There's a phenomenon that takes control in a pro wrestling match that you need to harness in order to bring into MMA. It's not just I hit you with this, and if it comes at you with a lot of velocity, then it hurts. It's more than that. In MMA, that's how it is, right? But pro wrestling, you get... I'll give an example. Getting hit in the chest, right? You see them do the chops to each other, and sometimes they'll even punch each other directly in the chest. And you would think, that's so dumb. That's like a pretty strong part of the body. Why would anybody try to knock somebody out with that? The brain's not there. There's no organs there that can actually be hit, right? So it's pretty dumb. Why would anybody do that? It's because of the phenomenon. In pro wrestling, if you get hit in the chest, it feels like you get hit in the head. I've been in both, and it's different. You get hit in the chest, you feel nothing in MMA. Maybe you feel something if the guy's 315 pounds at 7'1", some bullshit like that. But typically, you get hit in the chest in MMA. Oh, I'm going to keep going. You get hit in the head, maybe you'll get knocked out, maybe you'll get rocked, maybe it'll just hurt. That's one thing. And pro wrestling, you ever see somebody hurt the other person, and then instead of going in for the finish, they just wait? That's not by choice. That's not voluntary. Their body won't allow them to keep going. That's part of the phenomenon. Some people, it affects people at different rates. And do I have anything else? Oh, what about the person on the other side, right? You get hurt, you get hit, right? What's stopping that person from getting up and managing the amount of damage they take from there on? They can't control it either. So at certain points, things take control. Like, actually, weapons. The weapons don't hit as hard also because of the phenomenon. There's a bunch of things, right, that allow everything that happens in there to be possible, right? The same reason the spear hurts. Well, the spear would normally hurt too, I think. No one's tried to do it to me in an MMA fight. I don't know. But there you go. The phenomenon. Bringing that back to who would win, Tristan Rainsford or Alex Oliveira, I don't think there's a person on this planet who can beat Tristan if he has the phenomenon on his side. Meaning, he'd win everything in pro wrestling, and he would win everything in MMA, but he wouldn't win everything in MMA if he didn't have the phenomenon. I think without it, he'd probably only be able to beat somebody as good as just below Jaden Borrowing. With the phenomenon, dude, there's nobody right now who can beat him. There just is nobody. I think Tristan probably just hits a few of his moves and just styles on him the whole time. Maybe gets a knockout. I think Alex is going to show some heart, though, like we don't usually see. Maybe just a surprisingly good performance. And that's one more thing. Garrett is such an anomaly because he does all the things. He exhibits the phenomenon in all of his matches. But as we know, he's an MMA fighter. So I think I don't understand him at all. Maybe he's just very stupid. Maybe maybe he harnesses it, but only when he's taking damage. I don't know. Oh, that's another thing. With the phenomenon, certain slams become possible. Like, you can't lift somebody by their neck like a choke slam. If you actually got somebody up, their head would rock back and they'd fall. And if that didn't happen, their weight would just crush their neck. It's just scientifically impossible. That's another example, if you guys need it anymore.